What can we learn from the economic history of China in the last centuries?
One of the things, China is now becoming the world's largest economy. So there's a lot of things that we can understand about contemporary China only by understanding the history. So this is quite important. Many things are happening. The one thing about the last century of the Chinese economic history is that China was being a relatively closed country. It was opened up by Western colonialism, imperialism, so many of the things happened. So we see very big changes that have happened in the last century or so. And I think it provides also a fascinating example to compare with economic development elsewhere in Western Europe, but in Latin America or even Africa, whether or not that's a model or whether or not there are lessons to be learned from the Chinese experience.
What can we expect now in the current commercial war between USA and China?
I mean, this is really quite interesting. Maybe as an economic historian, I contribute a slightly different perspective. As from a historical perspective, China remained quite closed to trade. It was British free trade, gunboats that opened China up. So then in the 1950s, the 60s, China also closed to the Western trade. But 1970s, 80s, it was opened up. Now it has grown to such a degree that it was actually becoming quite intimidating and scary in many ways. So I think it is becoming a very, very tricky issue, both not just from the outside perspective, but also from the perspective inside. Because one of the things for inside, for the Chinese economy, opening is a major drive for reform, and that's very, very critical. And for the outside world, when Chinese economy continues to grow, and people will be really beginning to think about what the impact it will be. It's not just a large economy, but it's also going to shape the rules for the trade and so on in the future. So I think now the US and China commercial war, I mean, in some ways it's very unfortunate. You know, you have very nationalistic tendencies coming out of the US and all other things going on. But it's much more important than just a trade war, because in the long run, there will be all these issues about how the world economy will be shaped with the continued growth of Chinese economy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.